Hi everyone, welcome back to the Writer's Block IGTV. In this video, we'll be discussing our January/February initiative that encourages healthy habit implementation and establishing personal goals for the new year. You'll see why we reference them as atomic goals as we delve deeper into this presentation and discuss the author James Clear. Stay tuned if you're interested in winning a $25 Amazon gift card through this fun and simple project that allows you to reach your goals by the end of February. So, the question is 2021 just another new year? Evidently, 2021 was greatly anticipated. 2020 took the world by storm, and society was left in perpetual loss, not knowing what to do when the coronavirus pandemic hit us so suddenly and so significantly. With the rise of BLM, the downfall of Trump's corrupt administration, the presidential election, etc., 2020 was a year that was actually quite needed. As unpleasant as it was, this change needed to happen. Yet, we wanted it over. We wanted to see light again and live a life that wasn't glum or tainted with disease and corruption. Often, we are hit with a surge of motivation when the new year arrives. We jot down our resolutions and hold great determination to reach our goals. If you are interested in hearing me talk more about this topic, I will be linking my article Habits from my newsletter The Core soon. Anyways, but for some, New Year's can bring upon anxiety and be completely nerve-wracking. I never thought of it that way until recently, and sometimes the pressure of change can really burden us, and considering how many of us are still recovering from 2020, it can be hard to accept a new year when we're unsure of what it'll bring. So, we're going to tackle this step by step. We're going to acknowledge the good and the bad. We're going to take this time to reflect, rationalize, and really understand what steps we need to take to establish our resolutions and reach our goals. Introducing Atomic Habits. This is Atomic Habits by James Clear. By far one of the best books to exist, and here's why. When we hear change, we often associate it with a cathartic or serious experience that sparks motivation in us to do things completely different. For example, off the notes here, a spiritual journey, a fitness journey, etc., etc. And while big change is great to keep in mind as your end goal, Atomic Habits writes to a normal, realistic audience, aka ordinary people like you and me, and not insanely organized superhumans. It discusses how we can make small changes in our daily lives, and how those changes lead to great, huge change. He speaks of how we can become 1% better every day. I can tell you with 110% confidence that reading this book has made me an insanely more diligent person. If I could recommend any book to you, it would be this one. So why are you on this tangent about this book that I probably don't care about? Because it embodies the purpose of our project perfectly. So here's a brief look into Atomic Habits based off of the most significant chapters I've read. Here's my atomic habit. As I'm emerging into adulthood and higher education, I'd like to be more well-versed. I'm hoping to pursue an English major in college and looking to expand my vocabulary / broaden my horizon when it comes to indulging in literature. My atomic goal this year is to read one book every 2 months. That way, when the year ends, I'll have read 6 books. I know that doesn't seem like much, but if I just focus on one book for 2 months, I'll most definitely be motivated to read more if I'm consistent. And it's realistic. Instead of saying my resolution is to read more, I've set a plan for myself. The issue with resolutions is that we establish our end goal, which is great, but we don't take the proper steps to reach those goals. Or we lose the willpower to follow through with them when our systems or our ways of achieving those goals are flawed. This project is intended to prevent that and reach our goals properly. So with Atomic Habits and goals in mind, think about how you can double your goals or multitask. A perfect example of this would be, waking up plus making your bed equals making your bed each time you wake up. That's an atomic habit. It becomes associated with something that you inevitably do every day, which is wake up. In my case, my formula would look something like, going to sleep plus putting book on pillow equals reading each time before I fall asleep. When setting this atomic goal, I tried to keep in mind of which times I'd be able to actually do it. Since my day is consumed of online school and other tasks, the end of the day where I unwind is kind of the only time I have to myself to have the opportunity to read. So instead of being on my phone, I can utilize that time to read a book. And when it's accessible, when it's visual, when it's right in front of me, I'm more inclined to do it. So I make my habits or goals obvious by putting that book on my pillow. Another example of this would be, for example, having a really cool water bottle that has timestamps and motivation stickers on it. And if you had a goal to drink more water, your formula could look something like waking up plus going downstairs to fill up water bottle equals drinking that water throughout the day. So now, every time you wake up, filling up your water bottle is associated with that inevitable behavior. Remember, habits are that of which is repeated. If you repeat something enough, it'll become a habit. Make your habits attractive, approachable, and easy to complete. You will be unstoppable. So keep in mind of when you can actually achieve your habit or goal. Make a formula for success. Take steps to actually reach it. So, the moment you've all been waiting for, actual details on the project and the prize. So, we're all going to make a note card describing our atomic goal, so no need to get fancy with it. If you'd like, you can decorate it. Take a picture of it today or anytime this month. Next month, you should have reached this goal, and if you can find some way of capturing it on camera, do it. That way you'll have 2 pictures to submit for this project. If anything is confusing, don't worry, I will show you examples. Whoever has the most appealing goal, goes the extra mile to explain its significance and actually completes it, has the chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card. Remember, you want to get specific with your target. We're designing this goal to be reached within a month. That way, we'll be able to foster some motivation to keep reaching our goals for the rest of 2021. And I know we're at the end of January, but take a picture of that goal before this month actually ends. You all can do this, and I only included the money as an incentive because I actually want you all to be determined to succeed. If you ever need a source of motivation, I encourage you to find solace in which you feel never fails. What you feel is always there. For me, it's worship, but it can be anything you reside in. Jogging, painting, cleaning, biking, singing, dancing, laughing, writing, reading, watching Netflix, listening to music, whatever it may be. And of course, surround yourself with good company, always. Remember to talk to your friends. They're there for you. Or any trusted adult or confidant. So, here's an example of my note card. My decorations are really simple, by the way. You can keep it as simple or as elaborate as you want. Just make it personal. My end goal is to read more. So step 1 is to establish your end goal. My atomic habit or goal for this month is to read and complete 1 book by February. So establish a goal that is in correlation to your end goal that you can reach by the end of this month. 1 book every 2 months equals 6 books by the end of 2021. My formula for success is going to sleep plus keeping a book on pillow equals reading before falling asleep every day. At the back, you will talk about the significance of this goal to you, which I mentioned before, which is attempting to become more well-versed. By doing this, you have a clear plan of your goals. You establish your end goal, which you want to reach by the end of the year, but you're also taking steps to reach it rationally and actually achieve it. By getting started with this goal and reaching it by the end of February, you'll be motivated to keep going. And that's why atomic goals and habits are so important. So, to provide further context, you'll be submitting pictures along with your note card. This will provide us with further insight into your atomic habit or goal, but by no means is it necessary for you to submit a picture if your goal is not able to be captured on camera necessarily. You can submit 1 to 2 pictures. And if you choose to submit more, that's great too. Whatever you'd like. To submit your photos and actual pictures, DM us your photos or any additional information you'd like to include in this project. Creativity is always welcome. Remember, you must include your full name and grade while submitting your photos. You may also email us your submissions at thewritersblock21@gmail.com. Lastly, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, follow us here on Instagram at thewritersblock with 2 Ks after block. I wish you the best of luck in reaching your goals this month.